Hi there. So we are now in segment 4 of the Hungry Ghost Reset workbook, and that means that we're at the middle of our reset. Tomorrow will be day 11, and will have been, we will have reached the middle of the reset. And I've mentioned before that originally the structure of the workbook, I broke it down into 3-day segments, and each segment was kind of inspired by the chakra system. Before I was in mental health, I was a yoga teacher since 2011, and a lot of my work I think about the subtle body. It's just a part of me at this point. You can kind of see it's always there. So for segment 4, we're focused at kind of the heart space, and you can kind of think about the emotions that come up in the heart. They can be really positive emotions. They can be really painful emotions. So as we're exploring in this center, the invitation is to acknowledge where we might have some emotional wounding. I love that he keeps just like peeking in a little bit. Acknowledge where we might have some emotional wounding and see if we can explore where some of that might be unresolved, and where maybe some of the meaning making that we currently have about our life experiences, about things that are coming up right now, might be coming from a place that is subjective or from an old interpretation of reality rather than one that's actually fitting in our current here and now, or that benefits us. So an example today, a friend brought my attention to something that was kind of like off alignment for me. And I could easily in this moment interpret it as like, oh, they're being mean, they're, being harsh, whatever. Or I can interpret it as, oh, well, actually, that's actually true. And it is something that I want to change about a situation, and as an opportunity to like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, this is something I need to come up with a solution for. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. But the way in which we interpret phenomenon in our life can very much impact whether or not we're reaching to things to numb and soothe. So we want to have some control, a little bit of control over the meaning that we're making. So sometimes the autopilot response is going to come from old emotional wounding, and that's going to put us in a situation where we're more likely to self-soothe. But then we can be like, okay, this is how I would normally respond. And then remember, oh yeah, I don't have to respond that way. Are there any other possibilities, any other ways that I can interpret this in the moment? In the workbook, you can work through this a little bit more. And yeah, the intention is to just keep moving into deeper territory, keep having an honest conversation with yourself, keep growing, and eventually getting into a place where this all kind of happens more naturally, especially when we're cycling through our dopamine quick fixes. All right, happy hungry ghosting. Take care. Bye-bye.